Hello, guys. So, the last week before the new year, the new Kabbalistic year that will start Monday night, I highly recommend to pay attention this week to the work that we need to do because it's really crucial to be able to start a new page. Okay, like it's the Kabbalistic New Year. It's allowing us to start a total new page, new life. Okay, not connected to the one that we had now, something new. I will explain. So before explaining, I would like to read into the Zohar that we know that the letters, the work with the Zohar, when we scan Zohar, when we give Zohars, when we give for the spreading of the Zohar, when we are taking part of being volunteer in the Zohar project, everything that has, of course, when we are helping spreading the knowledge of Kabbalah, all those things are helping us to elevate our consciousness, and of course the one that we are touching to help them to elevate their own consciousness and surrounding protective energy. I'm reading in verse 308 in portion Bereshit. נחית אילה בתתה והתמלאה באורח דחד דרגה דשרי אללה כגוונה דהוא שביל סתים ותמיר וגניז לאלה בר דחד שביל דקיק וחד אורח ההוא דלתתה אורח קדה ואורח צדיקים כאור נוגה וההוא דלאלה שביל דקיק כדכתיב נתיב לא ידעו עית ורזה דחולה נותן בים דרך ובמים עזים נתיבה וכתיב בים דרכך ושבילך במים רבים עלמא אילאה כד התמליה והתעברה כנוקבה דמתעברה מן דוכרה אפיקת טרן בנין כחד דחר ונוקבה ועינון שמיים וארץ כגוונה אילאה. So we have few very important concepts. The first one is to understand it's how are we awakened in our life. So the first thing, when we feel that something is pushing us to change something, to start something new, to visit a friend, to share, okay, those feelings that I have to, this feeling that I have to do something, it's not coming from us. That's first of all, because the body doesn't like to move. The nature of the body is comfortable. The DNA of the physicality is to find comfort. The DNA of the soul and the light is that comfortable is movement. Yes, the light finds comfortability in something that keep on changing and keep on moving. The soul is happy in times when we are constantly changing and constantly moving, sharing, changing, okay, restricting. Those are things that make the soul happy. The light shine, the light move. When it's stagnant, it's death, right? It's the body desire, original desire. So when we feel that sense of I need to do something, is because it comes from the light. The light pushed me. The light caused me to move. So that's the first understanding, that when we have this kind of feeling, to know, the first point is to know that it comes from the light. As so, if this movement came from the light, I want to make sure I'm running to do it, not to negotiate. Yes, to do it, not to do it, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I feel I need to do it, I should do it. And the fastest is better. The second thing about it is that I want to make sure I'm doing it 100%. Yes, not to do it with a heavy heart, but to do it really with all your heart. It's very important. The second thing is when we feel, when we feel like, because it's the month of Virgo and we are kind of looking back what we did, what we didn't do. So sometimes we might feel a bit heavy because we acknowledge that there's so many things we wanted to do, and we ask the light to give us energy to do it, but we actually didn't do them. And maybe I try to restrict about things, and maybe I wanted to share something, and maybe I wanted to move myself, but I didn't for different reasons. So the thing is now, it's not to be negative with myself, but more to understand how the system function. And the system function in a way that all this energy that I considered lost, okay, because last year I wanted to do things, I received all the energy for this, but I didn't do it. So all that chunk of energy, if it wasn't manifested to reveal light in the world, it went to the snake, it went to the negativity. This week I have the occasion to take it back, to receive back the light that I lost just before Rosh Hashanah, and for this energy to become the fuel for my new life, for my new year. So it's okay to look back and to see what we didn't do enough, what we didn't manage to accomplish, what I didn't change, what I didn't share, or how much I didn't share this year. But pay attention not to become reactive about this, and not become to have sense of guilt, but more to understand. And at the moment that you are looking into it, you are taking back the energy to be able to do bigger things this year. With that, to know that all the times that you did a short circuit, or you didn't use that energy, it's good, because without correcting those points, without this opportunity to correct, you would not help yourself and the world to correct it. If someone is always okay, is always good, he cannot help the changes, the correction of the world. So it's totally okay that we fall from time to time into the physical way of thinking, into the egoistic way of thinking, into the selfish behavior, because all those occasions are opportunity for me to go through it again, behaving in a different way, and by this to allow myself, and through me also helping the world to create that change. So we don't want to cry on it, but we want to take advantage on it to help myself and the world to 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 go through this point of correction. So it's a very intense week with great opportunities. I highly recommend to go back to the exercise that we spoke about already, and to go through it, to do it. So when you get to the new year, you could push the door and start something completely new. Because when we work in this way, it's not that we become a little bit better, or we continue our path just on a higher layer or higher veil. Not at all. It's that we are shutting off the lights, or we shutting off the computer, okay? And we are restarting completely a new computer with new, how do you say that, features. We are totally new, or at least we can be totally new, if we're doing the homework that I gave, and we are going through this week in the way that I shared, knowing to run after every opportunity to awaken my consciousness. And if I understand that recognizing the loss of my energy helps me to retrieve all those sparks and start something totally new, to gain all the strength. So when I start this year, I start strong, clean, new, incognito. And that's what it says in the verse that I shared with you in the beginning, that it's opening a new gate for us. It's not the same gate that is higher, but it's a new pathway that is much closer to the light, much closer to the light. Again, we need to follow the work. And that way we can have a pathway that is really close to the light, that has nothing to do with who I am, with who I am right now, or who I was yesterday. I have the opportunity to close, like again, like shut off the computer and start from scratch after all the updates and everything that you cannot recognize. Not the computer and not his possibilities. Yes, everything is possible. Start your year with everything is possible. So I wish that you do and focus on your work this week strongly, not waiting, but working towards Rosh Hashanah, to the new year, with all your strength, totally new. I wish you lots of success.